Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I am doing a Q&A. I think it's my first ever one that I've done on my channel. And I asked you guys here on YouTube, also over on Instagram and on Facebook, to ask me anything you want to know or anything you want answered. And you guys came through with your questions. So thanks so much to everyone who has asked a question. I'm going to try my best to answer everything in this video. There's likely going to be two parts because there is so many questions. So I'll answer as many as I can in this video, and then next week I'll do the part 2. But firstly, if you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Julie, and on my channel you'll find lots of hair care tips, tutorials, hairstyles and all that stuff. So if you haven't already checked out my channel, then make sure you do. And if you like what you see, then please do subscribe. So guys, my hair is currently in twists. I'm prepping for a twist out. I asked you guys on my socials the other day whether I should do a twist out or a wash and go, and the majority of you guys said a twist out, so that's what I'm doing. So yeah, once it's all done, I will share the results on my socials, so keep a lookout for that. Okay, so let's get straight into the questions. So the first question is, how long did it take you to grow your hair to its current length? Okay, so my current length is probably around bra strap length or just below it. I actually reached that stage sometime last year, but I've had some trim, so obviously I've taken off length. So from when I began transitioning in October 2015 to when I first hit bra strap length, that probably took me just under 5 years. Okay, so next question is, how many years have I been natural? Okay, so I've been fully natural for 4.5 years come next month. So next question is, what is hair porosity and should I know it? Okay, so hair porosity is all to do with how well your hair receives moisture or can hold on to moisture. And it is important to know that because it helps you to kind of select the best products for your hair. So for example, if you're someone that's got low porosity hair, you're going to tend to want to go for lightweight products because obviously you have issues with your cuticles being kind of tightly closed, and so you don't want heavy products to kind of weigh it down and causing more issues for you. But if you've got high porosity hair, then obviously the cuticle layers are open, so you want to use heavier products to help to kind of seal back and close it to keep the moisture in. So yeah, it is good to know it because it can help you to select the right products for your hair. So the next question is, what is your view on the no oils, no butters approach? Okay, so this was a popular question that I got actually. So I first came across this in April this year. It was over on Twitter. There was like a conversation or a debate going on about it. And since that time up until now, I've kind of done a little bit of research, and from what I understand is that some licensed cosmetologists and professional hairstylists have said that we don't need to be using raw oils or raw butters on our hair. It's okay if it's formulated within an actual product, but to apply it directly to our hair is a no-no because it blocks out moisture. Also, they said that the products that we should be using should just be foams and mousses and gels, and basically that once we've washed, conditioned and styled our hair, we shouldn't be applying any other products on our hair throughout the week until the next wash day. For me, that was like, how the hell is that going to work for me? Because I'm someone that's been using oils on my hair throughout my entire hair journey, and I'm someone that was moisturizing my hair twice a day, and I don't really use mousses. Gels I just use for wash and goes, which I haven't done for a while, so I was just like, how is that going to work for me? But I mean, I've been on my hair journey for 14 years, and you know, I've kind of learned so much during that time, and my routine works well for me. So to then change it, it was like, how is that going to work? But I'm someone that's always open-minded to hearing what professionals have to say. I'm always happy and open to kind of unlearning and relearning new things if I have to. And I understand what they're saying about, you know, the oils blocking out moisture. But I think that really applies to those people who are oversaturating their hair with too much oils and butters, someone who is applying these products on their hair back to back every day, and to people that are not washing their hair regularly. So with me, I've kind of incorporated a few things from that. I kind of laid off of the oils. I don't apply it so much to my entire hair strand, but more to the ends of my hair. I like to seal in the moisture with oils and butters on the ends. And I think personally, if you're someone that has been using oils and butters for years and your hair has responded amazingly well to it, then I'll say to continue doing it. I will just say to you 3 things to make sure. Number 1, that you are not oversaturating or plastering your hair with too much of it. Secondly, I'll say to make sure that you're not applying it every day. And lastly, make sure that you are cleansing your hair regularly and making sure that you're removing all that product buildup out of your hair, so that obviously it's like a fresh start again. You can apply those products on top. Another thing to mention as well is that when I stopped using oils and butters on my hair, I wasn't doing it properly. You're supposed to follow the 30-day hair detox, whereby you're supposed to, I believe, wash your hair every week using like clarifying shampoos, and the whole aim of that is to kind of remove all of that deep down product of oils and butters on your hair, so it is literally squeaky clean, so you're starting from a fresh brand new slate. And then for someone to see what their hair feels and looks like without the oils and butters in it, and progressing from there. A lot of people that have done it are achieving amazing results. They're loving it now. So as I said, I think it comes down to the individual, you know, whether you're having problems with using oils or butters. If you are, then you're probably more likely to want to try something new. But if you're happy with using oils, use it. I think everyone should just stick to doing what they're happy with doing. As long as your hair is thriving, it's healthy, and you're taking care of it, then that is the main thing. Okay, so the next question is, do you have any tips on how to recover from postpartum shedding? Okay, so I went through postpartum shedding 3 times. The first time was the worst experience for me. The second time wasn't that bad, and the last time was better. I found that doing black tea rinses kind of helped for me. Obviously, with postpartum shedding, it's a natural process that takes place after we've had our baby. And you can't stop it, but you can kind of intervene to try and obviously prevent it from, you know, maybe getting to it a worse state. So black tea rinses contain DHT, which is the hormone responsible for hair loss. So you can try doing that. I did try it the 3rd time round, and I noticed a difference. So I can only put it down to that working for me. So you can try black tea rinses. I've got a video on my channel on that. I'll put it in the description box for you to check out. And also make sure that you are taking your prenatal vitamins. Make sure you're eating well, drinking lots of water, and taking care of yourself as well, to obviously try to reduce how much shedding that you experience. Okay, so next question is, how do you deal with hair that is stagnant, if not getting less and less shorter? Okay, so our hair can be stagnant for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes it could be stress. It could be our diet, you know, we're not eating well, we're not drinking enough water. Sometimes it can be bad hair care practices as well, because we're not taking care of our hair. Then obviously, you know, it is not going to be able to thrive. And if you're also being a little bit rough with your hair as well, you know, you're going to cause breakage. So you might not notice much growth if your hair is breaking. But yeah, as I said, try making sure that you're doing all those things I've just mentioned, and see how your hair progresses over the next couple of months. So the next question is, how are your girls adapting to natural hair? Have they experienced any bullying at school because of it? Okay, so I have 2 daughters called Ava and Olivia. Ava is 3 and Olivia is 6. They're adapting really well to their natural hair. They absolutely love their hair, and I try and make a conscious effort to tell them how beautiful their hair is, how pretty it is, and make a fuss of their hair when I'm styling it. Ava loves her hair, you know. She's actually telling me what hairstyle she wants, you know, and sometimes when I'm doing her hair, she's like, she wants the big hairstyle. I want the big one kind of thing, you know, with her hair in puffs all out rather than in buns. She wants to see her hair looking big, so she loves her hair. And same with Olivia as well. She loves getting her hair done as well. They both love their hair, so they are adapting really well to it. In terms of bullying, I mean, Ava is only 3. She's in nursery, so she's not really having issues like that. Olivia, on the other hand, who is 6, she hasn't reported any issues to me. And in their school, it's very diverse. There's a lot of black children with their natural hair and wearing their protective styles as well. So I'd like to think that the children in their class and in their school are used to seeing their hair, you know, black girls with their natural hair and stuff like that, and it's the norm for them. So far things are going good. Okay, so next question is, how old are you? So guys, those of you that are on Instagram and Facebook will maybe what you guys will know this, because I have shared my age. I reached a milestone, not this year, but the year before. So guys, I am 41 years young, as I like to call it. So yeah, an old girl, but you know, you're as young as you feel and as young as you look, as they say. So the next question is, are you married? No, not yet. So the next question is, when's the wedding? I'm joking. So We haven't actually set a date. It's been something we've been wanting to do for so long before our children came along, but we've just allowed so many things to get in the way of it. So yeah, nothing is set yet, but when we do, you guys will know about it. Okay, so next question is, hey, what are your vitamin recommendations? Okay, so there are quite a few recommendations that I have on my Amazon store. So I'll put the link in the description box. You guys can click on that and have a look at the variety there. But I have taken biotin, I've taken zinc, I've taken multivitamins by Centrum, also Nature's Way. There's been quite a few. But what I would say to you is when you're picking up your vitamin tablets, the best thing to do is to check on the back and make sure that they contain the vitamins, minerals and proteins that your hair needs for healthy hair growth. So you want to be looking out for vitamin A, B, C, D, E, iron and zinc and protein. Okay, so as long as they contain those, then it's all good. So yeah, make sure that they include those ingredients. And as I said, I've put a link in the description box, so check that out because there are some good options for you to have a look at there. Okay, so the next question is, my ends are thinner than the rest of my hair. What could be the problem? Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind is maybe you have split ends. Maybe your split ends are making their way up the hair shaft, and because you haven't trimmed them off, they're just going further and further up your hair. So just check when's the last time you had a trim, check the ends of your hair, make sure that they're not damaged, check that you haven't got split ends, check for single strand knots. And if they're looking like rough, wiry, unhealthy, then maybe it's time for a trim. Another thing that could be causing the problem is an iron deficiency. So it might be a good idea to get your blood levels checked, going to see your GP or your doctor and just getting them to kind of do a test, and then obviously you can find out if you are deficient in anything, and if you are, then maybe get a multivitamin or just see what they recommend for you to take to help with your overall body health and hair health as well. Okay, so the next question is, how do I grow my edges? Okay, first of all, I've got a great video for you. Again, I'll put the link to that video in the description box to check out. But what you want to do, first of all, is to make sure that you are not doing anything that's causing damage to your edges. Make sure that you are not wearing tight hairstyles like box braids, cane rolls. Make sure you're not wearing a bonnet that is rubbing against your edges, or any hair bands or anything like that. And also what you want to do is make sure your edges are moisturized, but you can use oils to massage your scalp to help stimulate hair growth. Some great oils that you can try are peppermint oil, lavender oil, rosemary oil, and also Jamaican black castor oil or castor oil. They're all very good for helping to stimulate and encourage hair growth, so definitely give those a try. Okay, so the next question is transitioning tips. Okay, so gosh, transitioning, where do we even begin with that? That was probably one of the hardest things I've been through on a hair journey, transitioning, you know. So what I will say to you is be careful with the line of demarcation. So that is where your new growth or your natural hair meets your relaxed hair. It's very, very delicate and it can break off easily. So make sure that you are moisturizing that area regularly. Make sure that you're, every time you wash your hair, you're deep conditioning as well to keep your hair strong. Also stay away from any heat, because the last thing you want to do is experience any heat damage, and then not only are you transitioning from relaxed to natural, but you're also transitioning from heat damage, which you don't want. And yeah, try wearing low maintenance hairstyles as well, hairstyles which you don't have to switch up too often, that don't require too much manipulation. Or you can even try wearing protective styles like box braids or something like that. I didn't wear box braids until the end of my transition, so the majority of my transition I kind of just managed with my own hair, but towards the end I got box braids done for 6 weeks, and then I wore a wig for 2 months, and then I big chopped, so that was kind of helpful. So that's another option that you can try as well. Okay, so next question is, do you ever plan on straightening your hair? Okay, so when you say straightening, I'm assuming you're talking about silk press, because I have blow dried my hair. So silk presses, do you know what? I absolutely love the look of it, and I would love to one day, but right about now, all I can think of is heat damage. That is my biggest worry, and it's kind of like I've gone through so much with transitioning with my hair to where I am now, that I wouldn't want to jeopardize the health of my hair, you know. I wouldn't go and get it done by a professional, because I just don't really trust professionals with my hair, and I'm not going to do it myself, so I'm not going to get the best results. So yeah, I'd love to one day, really would, but when, I have no idea. Okay, so the next question is, what's your hair type? So my hair type is type 4B4C, but I don't really refer to the hair typing system that much anymore because I feel like it's confusing to people. I feel like it's contradictory. A lot of people making it up and just like taking images and just putting whatever they feel fits. And you know, you have people that are like look into these charts to try and help them to identify their hair type, and it's just completely wrong. I've had people say to me, you know, that I can't find the hair type that my hair fits into. Is there something wrong with my hair? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with anyone's hair. Our hair is completely unique. So all we need to do is just look at our own hair and know that it's tightly coiled, or it's kinky, or it's curly, or it's whatever it is, you know, because our eye doesn't lie. We can tell what that looks like, but using a chart to identify it doesn't always fit or make sense. So yeah, I just say that I just don't really refer to it that much anymore. So the next question is your thoughts on peppermint oil or tea tree incorporated in hair care routine. Yes, I absolutely love peppermint oil. I've been using peppermint oil since the start of my hair journey. I pour my peppermint oil into my deep conditioner, not the whole thing, just a little bit. Then I give my deep conditioner a good shake around, and I apply it to my hair and my scalp, and I can feel it tingling on my scalp because peppermint oil is really great for helping to stimulate and encourage hair growth. Tea tree oil is great as well. Again, it can help to stimulate hair growth, and it's also really great for helping to alleviate dandruff and an itchy scalp as well. Okay, so the next question is, when you refresh your hair, do you untangle again or only on the wash days? Okay, yes. So when I'm moisturising my hair, I don't detangle every time, okay? I only save it for wash day. But if I come across like a not untangle whilst I'm moisturising, then I'll gently use my fingers and like separate it out. But I don't go for a full-on detangling session. That's just too much manipulation. So I will save that for wash day. Okay, so the next question is it okay for 4C Naturals to use a leave-in with protein once a week rather than do a light protein deep conditioning treatment? No, it's not okay, because a leave-in conditioner is different to a light protein conditioner. Okay, so with a leave-in conditioner, you can use that after you've washed your hair. So you can wash your hair, deep condition, and then apply your leave-in, and you can use that as often as you want throughout the week, like you would with a moisturising product. With a light deep conditioning treatment, that's something you would do after you've washed your hair. So you'd wash your hair, deep condition, yeah, with the light protein treatment, and then add your leave-in. So you can't substitute one for the other. You need to do your deep conditioning treatments because that's going to help to rebuild, strengthen your hair, inject moisture in it, and give your hair what it needs. So yeah, definitely use both of those, obviously separately. So wash your hair, use the light protein conditioning treatment, and then use your leave-in. Okay, so last but not least, this question is, please, how do I deal with puffy ends? My ends are so puffy that when I twist my hair, it begins to unravel by itself. It just wouldn't stay in twists. Also, it's hard to comb through even after putting in leave-in conditioner, deep conditioning, and doing other treatments. Please, how do I fix all of these? Okay, so this is quite a long question, so I need to break it down. So dealing with puffy ends and your hair unraveling, maybe your ends need to be trimmed. Maybe it's been a long time since you last done it. Check your ends, check for any single strand knots, any split ends, any dry, wiry ends that look unhealthy. If that's the case, then just trim them off and then twist your hair. You'll notice that your hair will twist up perfectly without unraveling. When you are twisting your hair, make sure as well that you are using plenty of product to really kind of seal the twists around, because if there's not enough product on the ends, then maybe that is just going to make it unravel again. So that's something to try. Also, you said it's hard to comb through even after putting a leave-in conditioner, deep conditioning, and doing other treatments. How do I fix all of this? So when you're moisturizing your hair or applying any products to your hair, make sure that you are sectioning up your hair into 4 and then deal with each quarter one at a time. Break down each quarter into even smaller sections when you're applying the product to make sure it's evenly applied throughout your hair, because sometimes if you're not moisturizing properly, there may be areas that are dry and the comb is not being able to get through your hair because it's dry. So apply enough product, as I said, breaking it down into small sections, and it should make manageability a lot easier. So guys, those are all the questions for today. As I said, next week I'll be doing part 2, so make sure you keep a lookout for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.